It's that soul shit. Hey, yo, Ash, you a fool for this one. It's like
it's a video.
It's like this beat just singing.
Video. Punch out button.
Pain in my soul. Yeah. Pain in my soul, let it rain from my soul. Gotta find myself, that's the goal.
May I introduce myself?
Welcome to the pride.
Welcome to the pride.
See the fire in my eyes, yeah. Brothers need to stick together. As a team, we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
Just tell me if it's real.
Hey. What a time, what a time. What a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the Cubs into Lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win. Ay.
May I introduce myself?
How y'all doing today? This your boy Daniel, LionsDen Evans, and you were inside the den. And for the first time, this is going to be the crib edition of Inside the Den, so y'all can get a close look at how I'm living inside the den. So without further ado, follow me. Let's go.
Welcome to the pride.
Welcome to the pride.
See the fire.
So welcome to Inside the Den at home with your boy Daniel, LionsDen Evans. This is my humble abode, so welcome to my house. I'm gonna give you all a quick tour. Follow me. This is my living room. Everything in here was pretty much custom. All Designz, custom. And then right here is where I get some of my lines, Pride of Power, the Lion of Judah, Lamb of God. This is one of my favorite pictures inside the house. Follow me. This is the kitchen area. Got an extra little breakfast nook on this side. Nothing fancy, just simple. I'm a bachelor, so you know, this is kind of how I'm living. This is where I sit, have dinner, family and friends. Yeah. I'm also in work mode, y'all, so this is how I get down. I do all kind of stuff. This is the bathroom at the bottom here, guests. All right, so now we're going upstairs to some of the inner chambers of the LionsDen. Follow me. These are my closets, my suits, some of the things that you see me wear on the shows previous times, all my different suits in this side. So this is one of my closets, and on the other side is where I keep my shoes and hats. So these are my this is my shoe collection. I got dress shoes, boots, all kind of shoes, tennis shoes, boots, and these are my hats. You will see some of these hats on the show inside the den, but I got a whole collection of fedoras and hats and stuff like that all up there. Even hats still in the box. So yeah. Down the hall is kind of a bonus area. I got a bathroom here, a room here. This is my wall of fame. Picture of me in the military up here. But I want to take special attention to this picture right here. This is one of my childhood heroes, Emmitt Smith. He actually autographed this book for me. Went to a Cowboys game in '99. I was fresh out of Marine Corps boot camp. And seeing Emmitt Smith and meeting him and getting an autograph was one of the things that, you know, kind of started me on my journey for entrepreneurship and things like that. Being able to meet celebrities and meeting, you know, well-known people was kind of what shaped me to be who I am today. Follow me. So right now I'm in transitioning. I'm actually doing some redecorating in my home. That's why you kind of see it a little empty, but this is one of the rooms I'm gonna turn into my theater room. I wanna talk about this picture over here in particular. This is a picture I drew of Emmitt Smith in '96 after they won the Super Bowl against the Steelers. And you know, it was a piece of artwork. This is the only piece of artwork that I had from high school that wasn't destroyed in Hurricane Katrina. So this picture right here made it through the storm, made it through all the things I've been in my life. I was 16 when I drew this picture, and it's been with me still today. So I really love that picture. This right here is one of my prized possessions. It is a picture of me, my father, and my mother. This record is a record that we recorded when I was about 8 years old. We were in the studio. We had a family gospel group, and Margie Records was the company that we was. My mom's name is Margie. My dad named it after her. But this is one of the first experiences of being in the public, being on this record, singing, being in front of people at churches and things like that. Been on the news, you know, been on tapes and all that kind of stuff. So this is something that I always gonna have cherished, because we never got a gold record, but this is close enough to me. This is one of my first lion pictures that I've got. Some wall art that I've always been interested in, lions and being majestic, and I've had this one for a while. You've probably seen it in previous shows in the past, but this is a nice little touch to my wall. This is one of my most famous fedora hats. This is a exclusive Bellissimo customized hat. I was able to select the color scheme, and most importantly, I'm the only one in the world with this hat. So if anybody, you ever see somebody with this hat, it's a knockoff, trust me, because this is the original customized Lion's Pride fedora. You will see this hat featured on a lot of my shows and upcoming movie, Pride of the Lion. This is gonna be one of my featured hats. Last but not least, this is the room that we was in this is the room that we was in earlier. Smoke and sip, just a nice little setup. I do a lot of thinking in here, my think tank, kind of meditating and stuff in here. And as you can see, it's all themed with lions. So I'm a true alpha male, I'm a true LionsDen, Lions Pride ambassador. Being the CEO and everything around me is geared toward the same thing. So this is what you get from me. All right, so this is a tour of the house. This is the Lions Pride, LionsDen. You know, you've been in some intimate places in my home. Hope y'all enjoy the show. Until next time, we'll see you soon. And always, you heard it from the den.
4, 3, 2.
This is your boy Daniel LionsDen Evans, and we are here live at this event. And I'm with my business partner, Miss Cheryl, filmmaker Davis. Tell us where we are right now and what we're doing, man.
We are here celebrating Lemanuel Boykin's 14th singing anniversary. We are so excited to be the corporate sponsors for this event, and we are excited about what is to come today. Come on in with us and see who we have here today. Hi, how are you? I don't know where you see the VIP. I don't know where you see it. I don't know.
All right, so we're here now. You can hear the music in the background loud. But what can we expect today from this event?
We can expect some praise and worship like never before. Come on in and let's see what the show has to offer.
Praise the Lord, saints. Say praise the Lord, saints. My name is Daniel LionsDen Evans. I am the CEO of LP Consulting Agency and Lions Pride LLC. I am glad to be here. I definitely appreciate Brother Boykin for inviting me out. My business is in the front. We have a financial firm. We deal with life insurance and retirement plans and infinite banking strategies. So I have an agent in the front named Elaine Hicks. She's with Press Code Financial. She can actually assist you in the front if you need any information. I'm also working on a documentary here today for my talk show, Inside the Den, that is on YouTube. I'm also available on Roku TV as well to catch out our episodes, what we got going on Inside the Den. So I thank you all for showing up and supporting the business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Boy Daniel LionsDen Evans. Once again, we are live at this awesome event, and I have with me right now my business partner, Miss Cheryl Davis, and we're just sitting here talking about some of the things that she got going on and some of the things we're doing as a team and everything. And right now we at this event, 14 years for Mr. Boykin and his group to be. So what does that mean to you, and how long you been knowing him, and how long have you been on this journey with him?
I have known Emmanuel for well over 30 years. We've been friends for a mighty long time, and I have seen him perform all over the world with, the Mighty Clouds of Joy. He's been out of the country. He's been like, this is what he does. He's a remarkable young man. His family's amazing. Everybody in the family's entertainers. But this means a lot to me because quartet, so many people think quartet music is dead. And there's a crowd here. And as long as you're committed to whatever it is you're passionate about, the people will come. Because people know when you're sincere. So I'm just excited to be here and celebrate 14 years with him, and I'm looking forward to celebrating 14 more.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what are some of the, anything you got coming up in the future? What's some of the things you're working on right now?
Oh, I have a plethora of things I'm working on right now. I have an office located in Smithfield, North Carolina at 839 South Brightleaf Boulevard. That is where I do all things Cheryl. So my bell bonding is out of there. My ministry is out of there. If you need me as a business consultant, all things Cheryl, you can come and see me at that address. And I'm also working on some projects. I'm a writer, so I'll always be working on some writing. I'm dropping a talk show the first of the year called The Writer's Block. And you'll be able to see us on YouTube. And we're talking about an amazing project we're working on. There's 5 young ladies and I, and we're working on this project. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's all black women writers, and we're inviting other black women writers to come and write with us and just learn what it's like to be inside a writer's room for TV. And I'm working on a movie, Daniel's documentary.
Yes.
We're starting the beginning of the year. We're going to start on his documentary, but I have many projects in various stages of production, too many to name.
That's awesome. So yes, you've been hearing me talk about this project I got coming up with Miss Cheryl Davis, Proud of the Lions. She's going to be working with me, partnering on getting everything together on that. And then we have some other shows and things coming up. What are some of the shows we got coming up? The cooking show and what?
Yes. Hell, I can't cook, so let's learn together. So I'm actually not a cook, and I just said that as a joke, and it just kind of stuck. So if you have a recipe that is unbelievable and you want to invite me in your kitchen to teach me how to cook, then please invite us. We would love to come so you can teach us how to cook. Yeah.
And then we have another, the other one we're working on in the future as well. So you got the cooking show.
So I can't cook.
And then what's the other one? Soulfvl Design.
The reality show about going to the restaurants.
So eating with Cheryl and friends.
Yes. Dining with Cheryl and friends. Yes.
Dining with Cheryl and friends.
Yes.
Is going to be coming out as well in 2023. And we're just doing some awesome things together. I'm definitely just so blessed to have known this young lady for the last few months in the film world. I come from the financial background, and since I've been, partnering with her on a couple of different things, I've just been able to just, the networking is unbelievable. Meeting people by the likes of Dr. Terrence Graham and all these people, Mr. Boykin, meeting him and connecting with him. I'm super excited about working with her in the future. And we're inside the den, we live. We got some more show to do, but we're gonna be checking in and out with you all throughout the remainder of the evening, and I'll let you all know what's going on inside the den.
Hello, 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 everyone. I just wanted to tell you about this amazing chicken salad. So it is Mama Lita's chicken salad. They are based in Raleigh, North Carolina. When I started eating it, I couldn't put it down. You can reach them at area code 908-392-0782. Again, that number is 908-392-0782. Give Mama Lita a call so you can try this great chicken salad. Thank you.
Remember fuel. 99 cents. Remember that day? But you remember that one day they had made a mistake at the PS that one day. Was it a mistake? They had gas for like it was 99 cent gas, or maybe it might have been 95 cent gas. But I don't think it was a mistake. I believe it that low. Nah, it was a mistake. Because after we had filled everybody up. We went and washed our cars, and we came back. They had them change it back to like 125 or something like that. But it was like 95 back in the day.
Welcome to the pride.
Welcome to the pride.
See the fire.
This is your boy Daniel LionsDen Evans, and you are live inside the den. And as always, this is a live, unrehearsed, unscripted show. So what we doing right now, we vibing. I got my best friend here of 25 years, Martin Gurley, also known as Junior, and we sitting here smoking and sipping. I got me a Java. He got a Java. Truck driver just getting off the road, man. Look, I've been trying to set this thing up for about 2 years now, and finally made it to. Well, we are inside my home, so this is my home. We just vibing out, man, and we just going over, reminiscing from the old days, man, and stuff like that. And so it's no topic, we just vibing out. So whatever we talk about is what it is. So what's happening, bro?
Not much. Appreciate the introduction. It's coming from you. But introduction was awesome, man. I appreciate you inviting me. I appreciate the whole vibe. Ahead of time, like the movie, you told me don't send nobody, but when I seen it come out, I was like, okay, my boy coming out with a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that trailer, right? I sent you the trailer.
I see the trailer, man. Hey,
Man, that trailer cold-blooded, ain't it?
yeah, you late? When you late the phone? The dude looked over at you like this. I said, "Oh man, this is serious."
So we had Lloyd Flower on the show a couple weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. He's telling us that was the best scene in the whole movie that they actually when they put the movie together and everything. And so he wants to do some big things in that movie, man. But he wants to expand.
Bring out that character.
He wants to expand the character, man. Yeah. To make some more stuff happen. So I'm honored to even do that, man, because. You know, that's one of my like I said, I got the guy. I'm doing it for free. I don't care. I'm trying to get the name out and get the product out, because Soulfvl Designz is gonna be shooting his first short film next year prior to the Lions, and so I want him to be ready. He's making some big connections right now, so everything we can do is we just trying to network. So that's what we are right now with that. But awesome movie, man. The storyline, I had a good time. First time on in a movie scene doing the acting job. This dude here got on the movie, man. He wasn't even supposed to be in the movie, but he got on the movie, and now he's part of the doggone thing, man.
But you know what I seen, and I wasn't trying to keep it at that level. I'm a Tubi fan now.
It's gonna be on Tubi.
Right. See, I'm a Tubi fan. What I like about Tubi, it brings real actor. I guess when you have an actor, and nothing against people that's in the big film, they go commercial and say like you expect so much from them. But what I seen, you ain't gotta expect anything. You expect just naturally born. I don't know them guys have they been to acting school, theater school, all that.
Yeah.
I know you haven't. Yeah. And when I seen it, I said, ooh wee.
Yeah, I seen some. And I mean, you know me. I'm like, "Man, how can I fit in?" You know what I'm saying? So this how you can fit in. Proud of the Lion, coming out 2023. I need you in the movie because the story of this guy is heavily, connected to who you are. So you're gonna be in the movie whether you know it or not. This is just me inviting you on the movie in front of everybody, but you guys gonna be in the movie from the beginning. I can't do a Lions Pride production with a movie without Junior. Right. You know what I'm saying? In the movie. So it's just one of those things it's gonna happen when it happens. But just be ready to do some acting because I need you. Yeah, I'm you got my word. I'll be ready. And like I said, guide me to what I need to do. We just having fun, man. We having fun, right. And this is we having fun, man. In our natural environment, man. It ain't no acting needed, man. It's just something we doing there. I'm trying to tell a story about one man's struggle to regain his respect and regain his being able to get back into society after coming from prison. I think that some of the misconceptions of when people come out of prison, that it's so easy just to get back and start back your life again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's a misconception because that convicted felons, they get doors slammed in their face, man. They don't get the same the same opportunities as everybody else. So, but this movie gonna actually show, and it's gonna paint a picture to show what men go through just to be a law-abiding citizen after they come out of prison. I definitely can adapt to that to a certain extent. I can. My energy I'm gonna bring definitely gonna be the support, but it's definitely gonna bring just the all-out struggle of going from this position to that position. But a lot of people don't know. I know both sides. Yeah, cause you done been in jail too. I've been there, and also I got a bachelor's in criminal justice. So you know about the law side? Yeah, I know about that. I was just talking to a friend of mine. I was also talking to my sister too, and I was like, man, I need to get a governor's pardon, and I don't want to clean my record up just so I can say I want to go own a gun. I just want to be able to vote. I want to own a gun so I can go hunt. I want to be able to maybe, hey, I'm still young. Maybe I can get out there and be a homicide detective when I was young. A lot of people don't know I passed a pre-test to be Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department in 2003. Well, I didn't have no driving license. And you got one now. I got one now, but my background. I got discouraged a little bit, and we'll talk about that later in the video. What messed me up is thinking there was no way out but this. With the trucking? With the trucking. What year was that for? Because I've been like trying to. When I don't know if you remember. I left Paris Island. Yeah. And came up here with my first wife and my sister. In Charlotte? Yeah, I came to Charlotte to visit. Okay. Because my sister already had made up her mind that she'd been here since 2003. So she came here first. She came here first. But I came here to visit, and it was like, hey, once you become a cop, rent free. That's when 485. I don't even think 485 was there. You remember when me and you was I don't know we was going to see your sister, right? We were going to see your mom. Jacksonville. That's when she stayed in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And we got stopped by the police. Yes. This is a story that I don't even know how I've ever told it, in public. But so me and Junior was going to Jacksonville, North Carolina to visit his sister, right? Sister. I'm in the S10 pickup truck, and I'm going 90 miles an hour on a 50-mile-an-hour road. Not stop. Tell them how we said we was gonna take this trip. When we just washed our cars and said, So we used to do stuff all the time. We was on Paris Island, and in Paris Island we on the base. We had a routine regimen that on Saturday morning we would wash our vehicles at the car wash, and then we would just hang out for the day. So one day we were just like, look, let's go somewhere. Where? I don't care where. Just get our gas filled up. This was back when gas was 99 cents a gallon. Actually, it was 125 a gallon, but they had made on the base they had gave us a day where they made a mistake, and it was 99 cents a gallon. We filled all our cars up, me and our other buddies. And so me and this guy is like, look, let's just go somewhere. Got our gas filled up, and we just took off and just went. We didn't have no clothes. We just took what we had and just went on with it. On our way to Jacksonville, North Carolina to see his sister. I got stopped by he had a Corvette. A Corvette, unmarked Corvette on the side of the median. I'm going 90 miles an hour in a 50 mile an hour zone. Got behind me, pulled me over. I'm quick on my feet. I'm thinking like, man, what we gonna do to say? Well, I'm gonna say this guy to get out of this ticket. So he pulled me over and he said, why was you going 90 miles in a 50 mile an hour zone? And this is the story I told this guy. This is the story I told this cop. I said, sir, my wife is in labor right now with my firstborn child. And she is about to have a baby, and I'm trying to get there before she had a baby. And he said, step out the car, come holler at me. I said, shoot, man, I don't know what you gonna say. Got in his car, sat in his car, and so he's asking me questions about everything. I'm saying, let me ask you a question, sir. Do you have any kids? He said, yeah. How many kids you got? I got three beautiful daughters. I got 3 of them. I said, was you there when they was born? Yeah, I was there for every last one of them. So how would it feel if you wasn't able to see your kids be born, man? Like, give me man to man, how would you feel? I don't think I can handle it. I said, let me make it, man. I'm trying to see my kids, boy. He said, I'll tell you what I do. I'll drop it down from 90. This is the police now. I'll drop it down from 90 miles an hour to 65, but I gotta get, because I'd already called it in. So remember, what's his name? Clark. Last name Clark. What was his name? White boy had the gap teeth. Clark. Last name Clark. Was it Chris Clark? Yeah, Block. He said, Blizzard. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Last name Clark. Last name was Clark. It wasn't Blitz. It wasn't Blitz. His last name was Clark. He actually ended up going over there and getting his arm blowed up when he went to overseas during 9/11.
Was it Clark again?
Last name was Clark. He had a gap teeth. He was a white boy.
Right.
He always cracked jokes and everything. Remember, he was, I can't remember his name. Anyway, so I had been talking to my buddy at work, last name Clark. He was a Corporal Clark. And he told me that when you go to court, ask for a prayer for judgment. Remember that? Prayer for judgment, right? So I go to court and I ask for a prayer for judgment. And a prayer for judgment means that you actually able to be forgiven for the ticket. If you get caught doing the same thing in the same city, they're gonna double you on the last time and the current time. So you gotta be 100% sure that you ain't gonna do this again. So I actually went to court, asked for a prayer for judgment, and all I had to pay was court costs. They dropped the ticket. It was my first experience with like being able to finesse, the situation. And so we and I said, you know what? I ain't gonna never come back to North Carolina. I ain't got no business in North Carolina. No reason to be in North Carolina at all. Yeah. I would never come back. And guess what? I ended up moving all them years later, bruh. North Carolina. I cannot ask for a prayer for judgment anymore because I've already used my one-time jail-free card. And I forgot that during that process, your sister was in the military.
Yeah, she was in she was here.
Yeah, we was going to see her, but I had to use her as a you know, yeah, I do what I gotta do.
I'm just trying to figure out. Did you hear anything about the tainted water in Lejeune?
Yeah.
What's the years?
1975 or 1980 or something like that. 83.
Oh, okay. So when she was there,
Yeah, we don't qualify. I'm saying, trust me, I've been trying to find everything. If the government is giving any kind of money by money hunted, my bad. We done messed up, and I'm trying to get it, but we don't qualify.
I did my SOI training in Camp Geiger, which was you know, the other base over there by Camp.
Yeah, we don't qualify.
But
you know, the June, them the ones that like a lot of people been murdered out there, man, on campus.
Yeah,
Marines, what?
Yeah, it was.
What you know about that?
Just hearsay. I didn't know.
Cause we never actually made it to the fleet.
Yeah, we just to let y'all know what camera I need to look at
Right here.
We trained. If you came to the Marine Corps between the years of 2000,
2003,
you came through us.
In the rifle range.
You came through us. And I've met some people, and they said, yeah, I came through, and I believe I remember you. I'm like, yeah, I was slimmer then. You know, just chest out, head up, yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. Out of all the recruits we ever recruited, that we ever actually trained on the rifle range, do you remember any one of their names? Now, we was marksmanship instructors on Paris Island. I was on Chosen Range. He actually left from Chosen Range. To all the ones who watching this in the Marine Corps, he went to Weapons Battalion. He went to what's the name of the range he was on? Quezon. He was on Quezon Range, right? So when we was on the rifle range, we had probably went through a couple of thousand recruits. You know, in a 3-year time period, you go through a lot of recruits, man.
Recruits. That's every week.
But I can tell you, I remember one recruit I will never forget. What's his name, bro? All them recruits. All the recruits ever. What's one I'll never forget?
Habadabi?
That's the nigga. This recruit name was Habadabi.
Habadabi.
He came through the rifle range during the same time as 9/11, and I had a hard time with this recruit because I had a 96% qualification rate on Paris Island. I had a record at the time. The problem is with me is I've done such a good job till recruit Habadabi came through from Afghanistan. Didn't know his father. Wanted to come to the Marine Corps, but he didn't even know the president's name. He didn't even know why he was in demolition. And so I'm thinking that, oh, you coming over here to get some training from us, and you're going to use it against us later on down the road, and we're going to be the butt of the joke. Like the people that crashed the World Trade Center, they found out that those people was trained by military soldiers in America to fly. They would never taught how to land, but they was taught how to fly. So we in a time where I'm trying to protect the Marine Corps at this point. I did not want to qualify this guy. I did not want to qual him. He ended up passing with a 190. Dude, I was trying to fail this dude because I didn't want him to come into our Marine Corps, get that training we're going to teach him in demolition, and then go back across the water and then burn us in the end.
Let alone, who's to say he's not going to open fire because he have live rounds.
Yeah.
And we experienced a lot of muzzles pointed at us because guess what? Rain, sleet, or snow, except lightning, we fired that weapon.
Oh yeah. The only time we shot was the lightning.
Lightning within
5 miles.
Lightning within 5.
And the second reason was what? What's the second reason we ceased fire? Come on, dog.
Let me know. You said the second reason, lightning within 5, or what? Somebody downrange? I probably know.
What's the country symbol?
Oh, eagle. Yeah, eagle.
So anytime a bald eagle would fly on the range, we had to stop firing. We couldn't fire during lightning within 5 miles, and we couldn't fire when the bald eagle was present. And we seen a bald eagle one time land on the firing line. How tall was it? That freaking eagle was this freaking tall, and he had a wingspan of freaking here. A freaking bald eagle, bro. My first time seeing an actual bald eagle like up close in person. If someone gun would not leave the range. He walked around the whole range until he got ready to fly. We couldn't fire because that's part of our eagle global angle. That's part of our up. So anytime we saw an eagle or lightning within 5 miles, we couldn't fire. So that was just, and then trying to be the best coach. You know what I'm saying? You're doing all these different tricks and stuff trying to get these recruits qualified. But I had a hard time with Habadabi, man. Habadabi really challenged me because he was coming in to join the Marine Corps and join our own forces, but he didn't know. He didn't know anything about the country.
And Hobby Dobby, if you're listening, we mean no harm, but it was just all about. You got to think. You came through 9/11. You know
what I mean? I asked the question, who's the president of the United States? This recruit does not know, sir. Okay, what about the country? This recruit does not know. I asked him a bunch of questions. He didn't know nothing about the country. What's your MOS, sir? Recruit. This recruit going into demolition. So okay, all right. So you want to come in here in my Marine Corps, okay? You want to join my corps? Don't know the president.
But you demolition.
But you want to come and demo? What you demoing? So I had a hard time with them guy, but he ended up qualifying, and I kept my 96% qualification rate.
Hopefully he was successful. Nothing against him, but like that time. And like I said, like you told you before, we worked side by side. It wasn't I'm down here, he over here. Did you ever wonder why they kept us together?
They had to, because I was going to go, look, dude, I went from range coach to ammo technician because I had got so good at that job. I'm like, let me be the ammo tech, and I was like doing ammo tech, and then when I became ammo tech, they moved you to Kason, but I had already had my 96% qualification rate, so they would give me all the problem shooters, man. If they couldn't get in the black, get Evans on them. Evans get them in the black. And it was like a blessing and a curse because I don't want to have to go out there all the time and do the impossible, man. I want to be able to go out there and do my job the right way, but they would call me off of the ammo to come out there on the range and help somebody who couldn't hit the target. But then when you went to Kason, man, everything changed, man.
We went to when I went to Kason, and because a lot of people on Kason, see, Kason was basically the BWT. You got
somebody outside, bro.
You got the basic warrior training. That's when you shot in multiple positions. You did more with the rifle. But before you got there, you gotta make sure you can shoot.
So what did you like? Did you enjoy the night firing in the Kason better than the rifle range, or vice versa?
I liked the Kason better because it was more of a, and not saying that on the range you didn't have to pay attention to them. See, with Chosen, and that was the range, you had to relax that shooter because he was trying to qualify. And people don't know, we shorten the word qualification to qual. So I know people probably thinking, I know me sipping and drinking, and people probably think, well, what is qual? What is qual? It's basically qualifying to shoot the M16 A2 rifle. So when you got over there at K-Sign, it was moving targets. It was, I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
You know what I'm saying? It was moving targets, up targets, down targets. And it was a closer, you was closer on the target. On Chosen, you shot from the 200, the 300, and the 500 yard line.
Yeah. Stationary.
Stationary. And I felt that that was more of a challenge because what kind of pressure you have when you got that target there, you gotta shoot it and you gotta crawl. Where we was at, you didn't have to. You had to crawl, but you didn't have to crawl. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is you already had got your badge, but over there it was like, can you shoot this moving target? Can you run? Because we had stations, we had the window, the prone, and the bunker. And it was shoot a target. All right, recruits, switch to the next target. Adrenaline, nervous, had to keep muzzles down range. Who's gonna shoot this round while they going from the bunker to the prone? Who's gonna miss? Who's gonna shoot somebody while they going from the window to the prone? So yeah, and the question was, what did I like best? I like the Chosen. I like the qualification part of it. Yeah, because it was the thing is, I'm coaching these guys. If they missing the target, I can't say recruit get right and shoot the target. I got to make adjustments to that rifle.
So if the weapon was already adjusted on the firing line on Chosen or on the
zeroed it in,
yeah, then why would they need to go and get it readjusted in the night fire or on the case arm?
It was more of the breathing probably was wrong. The position of their body was wrong.
So did you actually make a lot of adjustments to the weapon, or it was only the adjustments made to the recruit?
Probably.
Because by the time they got to y'all, their weapon was already 100. Because we done already got them on the range, right. 100. They done quarrel with this weapon. Same weapon now.
Closer target, because we shot from the 50-yard line and the 100-yard line.
Okay.
So it was a closer target. It was moving, but it was more of the position. The lean forward with the standing. Mm-hmm. We didn't teach that on Chosen. Because
you shot standing, kneeling, and prone from a 300-yard line.
Right. But you didn't. But now you're closer. But we didn't teach that lean forward from the 300-yard line. But you taught. Now the coaching has changed. Now you got to lean forward and shoot at that target because you're closer.
So basically, you have to shoot every range, every qualification with different what you call it, mechanics.
Yeah, different mechanics.
So you went from being still to a still target, prone, sitting, and standing. Getting your weapon zeroed in for that. Stationary.
Making sure that body is right.
Breathing and all that, trigger control. Now you have to train your mind on the fly because we don't get a whole lot of training in between range and range. Right. Now you got to unlearn some things and you got to do it, like you say, leaning forward.
Like if I don't know if you remember, but I'm pretty sure you remember when you came to my range, you came through, you started at the wood line and you ran to your target.
You had to run to it. The better you are at something, the more they require out of you. So we got so good at getting them to hit the black, so now it's like, okay, I need you to get everybody in the black. Wait a minute, everybody ain't my job. Yeah. So I was like hate going on what
every coach had their little secrets on. Remember the B-Mod was the No, you got the dog target. B-Mom was the body.
Yeah.
And everybody didn't understand. And I picked this up from, I actually picked this up from, I don't want to say Kim, I believe.
What?
Remember Kim? He said, he told this recruit, if you can't, and this was his word, if you can't shoot the damn target, cut the whole target in half and aim at the middle.
Yeah. Because from 500 yards away, brother, you can't really see that target that well. That target from 500 looks like a speck of dot on your freaking on your sights. So cutting that blob in half was the only way to hit center mass from that point. And then remember we shot on the Marine Corps Rifle and Pistol team when we was doing that training, and that competition rifle, 0 recoil versus the M16 regular rifle. I was at the 500 yard line and I put 8 out of 10 bullets in the same darn hole from 500 yards away. 8 out of 10 keyholes. Keyholes.
Yeah.
From 500 yards with that competition rifle. Couldn't beat it, man. Couldn't beat me, man. That's when my eyes was good. I had 20/20 vision. Now I got glaucoma. You know what I'm saying? That's and hey, I had good vision back in the day. Now I see things from a bird's eye view. I don't see things up close.
That strain on the eye was
It's gotta be, man. I went to Marine Corps. I had 20/20 vision, bro. When I left Marine Corps, they said, "Oh, you got high pressure on your eyes. You borderline glaucoma." This was back in 2003. Now I've been having high eye pressure since 03. When I came into the Marine Corps, I had an arch in my foot. When I left the Marine Corps, flat-footed. Flat-footed and high pressure. I'm talking to a glaucoma specialist last week, telling me that pressure in the eyes comes from stress. What would be on the rifle range?
stress.
The day I started cussing was the day what? That recruit pointed a weapon at me and I jumped like 20 feet. I jumped from here to that freaking to get on that recruit because he had the finger on the trigger. That's where everything changed for me. That day right there, everything changed because I saw my whole life back before my eyes, man. In that one incident, bro, I saw my whole life back before my eyes.
And it was a different way. You had the drill instructors in their ear. Sometimes I told drill instructors, you got to calm down. This man got live rounds in this weapon. Screaming won't help.
No.
So what we did, our technique, what we did was we get beside that recruit and we say, recruit so-and-so this. We might have a nickname for him because guess what? Our thing is to make him so comfortable to the point where it's crawl and then he'll thank us later. Because if you didn't crawl, you drop back. That's one thing about the Marine Corps. We don't give you anything.
You gotta earn it.
You gotta earn it. We're not about to give you points. Oh, we're gonna pass this recruit because the rest of his battalion. If he didn't crawl, guess what he did?
You got recycled, man.
He got his weapon. He turned his weapon. They checked his weapon, make sure his firing pin wasn't bent. Make sure his spring and all wasn't, they checked his whole weapon. Guess what? Everything good. We'll see you next week. Same thing with all the other training. Swimming. Yeah. But we just gave y'all that history on basically what we, how we started, man. We started, we're not gonna give you the Windward Leeward version.
Oh, talking about in Cuba?
That comes part 2. You want to get to him now?
I mean, it's up to you, man. I had a conflicted relationship with Cuba, man, because that was the place where it was like your first. It was considered the fleet for us because we went from training to Cuba.
The belly of the beast.
Belly of the beast. But that was a place that they sent people when they was in the punishment. Remember, Captain America. Mendoza. He died. He passed away in 9/11. But when he came there, the chief warrant officer at the time was sent to Cuba because he had them people killed. Remember, he had sent the wrong coordinates in, and they got. He was in in that field where he had to send in the coordinates for the location for an airstrike, and ended up sending the wrong coordinates in and got some Marines killed. He got sent to Cuba as his punishment. Like if you can have them boys in Cuba without being any incidents, then you can go back to the fleet. So Cuba was like a punishment, man. They should have never sent us there on our first duty station. Cuba. That ain't supposed to happen, man. You're supposed to go to the fleet first and then come to Cuba once you done hit the fleet. But they didn't do that for us, man.
But guess what we did? Guess what we did? We adapted and made it a blessing.
No, when we was in Cuba, when we did that fast, when we did fast company.
No, I did the beginning of it, then I left.
But they said that our platoon was the best that they had ever seen in that training. Our squad was the best squad. Like because remember after we got relieved by them young boys, right?
Right.
They was in the PX, still in. They had got into a bunch of trouble, and they were doing a whole bunch of other stuff.
They came from the fleet.
They came from the fleet to Cuba and had some bad habits that they had, and they caused a lot of trouble. But we was actually coming from training to Cuba, so we didn't have no bad habits.
We had a staff sergeant.
Staff Sergeant Ingram or other. It was two Ingrams.
Two Ingrams.
White Ingram and a black Ingram.
No, it was two black Ingrams.
No, yeah.
Gray.
Two black Ingrams and then Staff Sergeant Gray was the what? Yeah. The one that said pound water, okay?
Yeah.
That was Staff Sergeant Gray. But we had two. Hold on. We had two black Staff Sergeant Ingrams.
One in H&S and one in infantry.
You remember they got into that fight? Staff Sergeant Gray, Staff Sergeant Ingram. He came to work with his hand in the sling. And it was like I slipped down and fell out there. I said, let me find out what's going on. We talked to him and said, hey, what really happened? That nigga, I beat him down. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah, because, and just a little history on what I had in Staff Sergeant Ingram. Staff Sergeant Ingram was my staff NCO when I was in boot camp.
Who wanted Ingram? Like
Ingram.
Big Ingram?
Yeah. So when he came down to Cuba, he said, girly. 343, he started screaming out my social security number. And what's so crazy about it, he did that for a reason. He just, I guess, I don't know. You know how some people say it was just meant to be, and it was meant to be. And I'll make this short. I don't want to go too far into it. But after he left Cuba, after I left Cuba, he sent me to Paris Island. He asked me why I wanted to go. I said, well, I want to stay on the East Coast with my family so I can see my family.
Hold on. So Ingram was responsible for you going to Cuba? He got you to Cuba?
No, he sent me to Paris Island.
Oh, Paris Island.
He sent me to Paris Island.
Yeah, from Cuba.
From Cuba.
We all had a choice at that point.
Right.
They want to offer us either Hawaii
or California.
or West Coast or East Coast.
Yeah.
Me being from Mississippi, I said, look, I went to boot camp on West Coast. I said, let me go home on the East Coast, because you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I said, I can go to Hawaii anytime. And I really wish I would have went to Hawaii first and then South Carolina.
Yeah. He sent me to South Carolina, and when he left Cuba, he came to Paris Island, got me off work early, took me to go get something to eat, took me to go get some clothes, and he knew the people at Paris Island.
So hold on, you hanging out with him?
He came and got me for that one day.
For one day.
He said, can I get Girl Out the Rain? Because they knew him because he was there.
So what, you started out on what range?
I started off on K-Sign, remember? Then
no, but you can't.
Then I
Chosen.
came to Chosen.
And then you went
back to
K-Sign. I didn't know you had done that flip-flop like that.
They
so he got you off of K-Sign or he got you off of Chosen?
He got me off of K-Sign.
They took you to get...
And we went to go get something to eat. And because everybody was wondering why this staff sergeant come get me? And I ended up telling him, I said, he was my, staff NCO in Cuba. But I remember he told me, I remember from boot camp too. You know what I'm saying? Because when we shot on the range, he was like, girly, what kind of name that is? He was talking to this stuff, man.
For a man.
Yeah.
What kind of name that for girly, for a man?
And he basically let them know that I was good to go and stuff like that. And just a good dude, all out good dude. In Cuba, we go over his house, we barbecue, They tried to get him for, fraternization, but it wasn't fraternization because we was all over there and everybody was invited. But they didn't want to go because they,
You remember Tamplin?
Tamplin was this guy that plays basketball pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't know me.
Oh my goodness.
What they didn't know about me is, because when I first came to Cuba, we was able to box. And I said, okay, I'll go in there and box. So everybody I went against,
You beat him.
I beat them. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So they stopped boxing, and then so we was playing basketball on our off time. If we wasn't off, we was on our mop. Military observation post?
Yep.
We was on our mop, watching the Cuba side, making sure, reporting in and all the deals, running over the mines, all the, cash?
Cuban asylum seeker.
Yeah. Watching them, reporting all the tugboats, anything that came through, we had to report.
I'm going through therapy right now because of Moses.
The one that came over?
The one that came through that minefield untouched. I'm going through therapy right now because of Moses. Right now. It was my first experience with dealing with, and I don't even know if we can talk freely about this all these years later, but you know what I'm saying? But Moses was a guy who consistently came across a minefield from Cuba to the American side and always came through untouched. That's why they called him Moses, because he could navigate through that minefield. But that one night I was on that mop, he came over, I had to call him in. Yeah, and then when he went back over that night, my first explosion. We never seen Moses again. So we had to freaking deal with that.
Guess what else you probably had to deal with? And you was on Leeward. Mm-hmm. Leeward was the side where that's where you docked in. I mean, that's where you flew into. That's where you caught the ferry at, and then you came to Windward. Windward, where all the officers and everybody and all the people stayed. Leeward was the side, and I experienced Leeward. Oh my God. Leeward, you can get away with so much stuff to the point where I'm surprised, and I'm trying to figure out the movie,
Few Good Men?
A Few Good Men. Did that happen on Leeward or Windward? That happened on Windward side, right?
Yeah,
that happened on Windward.
That was on Windward.
See, Leeward, hey, when I went to Leeward, I'm like, man, how do they live over here? Because you only had one child hall, which we wouldn't have one child hall too, but they had many places to eat at. Leeward had one child hall. Y'all didn't even have a PS.
No. The Nags, remember that little Asian guy? You got the Nags, we got the PS, we got the child.
Right. All you seen, when you did a PT run, yeah, you gonna see the airport and all that. But man, when you go in those barracks, those are like the most scariest barracks ever. You like, is the ceiling gonna fall in? Is the walls gonna collide?
Leeward was basically like it was almost like boot camp all over again. Like boot camp barrack style. Didn't have a whole lot of.
They had the little club. Remember, they had the little club. Not the Windjammer, but they had another little. It really wasn't a club. It was just basically something to keep y'all head together. But they.
So let me ask you this question. I don't mean to cut you off, man. But how have your life has changed since before Marine Corps and after that? Medical wise, like mentality wise, like how has your life changed since the Marine Corps?
My mental is jacked up.
So you think? Let me ask you this question: do you think that the Marine Corps brainwashed us?
I wouldn't use the word brainwash. Maybe that's the technical word.
Think about your mind now, and how you think, how you rationalize things, you know how you compartmentalize things, how you rationalize things now versus before you went in the Marine Corps. You don't think you was brainwashed?
That's why. That's why I was gonna re-speak my statement. I would. I guess that's the technical word, brainwash. You see, boot camp was a different brainwash. It was strengthened mentally because everything was mental. I remember they made me, and let me get off subject for a minute. They made me eat grass because I was playing. We was getting our boots, we was getting our supplies, and I was playing with the grass. We was Indian style sitting in the grass. I said, let me play, play with some grass, look for a 4-leaf clove. And Phil started to see me, he said, pick a handful of it and eat it. I ain't no damn grass. He said, well, everybody out here about to eat it if you don't eat it. So I picked a handful of it and I ate it. That's how I got mad. I'll never forget. And he ended up getting in trouble because he locked himself up in a utility thing and whooped this recruit ass. And the recruit probably deserved it because Staff Sergeant Gomez was so awesome. He was so damn awesome. And that word hazing, I come from, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for him, we wanted that. That's why we joined. We wanted to go elite. We wanted that. We wanted to do stuff that nobody else do. And it's not a bragging right thing. We wanted to experience it. But when you get out and transition out, that stuff messes with your head. Why would you want to be different and not just like any other branch? That's what makes me the man I am now, because I always want to be different. I always want to, and I use the word dramatic. Marine Corps is dramatic, man. They do stuff I don't think they're supposed to be doing.
I'm gonna tell you some stories, man, that, like I said, when we talking about brainwashing, man, like my brother said, hey man, you brainwashed. Man, I ain't brainwashed, man. I'm woke. We thought we was woke. Thought we was learning some stuff that, nobody else knew. But I remember going, like, my worst week in boot camp was swim call. I'm terrified of water, man. I can't swim. I'm so scared of water, man. I was writing my mama every day, like, hey, mama, you grown man calling my mama. When a grown man call his mama, when a grown man, cause they said that whenever George Floyd passed away, he called for his grandma. His grandma been dead for 10 years. He called for that woman because he was in a place that he didn't recognize. He said, I'm call for his mama. I called for my mama in boot camp, man, when I was going through swim call. Now, this is how the Marine Corps scared me into learning how to swim. I don't know if you remember, but we wasn't in boot camp together, so you wouldn't have known this. But when I was in boot camp, the drill instructor that was doing the swim call let somebody drown in front of us, brought him back to life, and asked the recruit, how does that feel? This recruit does not want to die, sir. And he said, get back in there and he told everybody else, sink or swim. Like, this is like, dude, someone who can't swim, I was terrified. They're going to let me drown, bring me back, just so I can have the mentality of, I ain't about to die. That was a form of brainwashing, man.
Intense training.
Remember the story of Paris Island, the Death March? Marched them kids down to the swamp and they all died in that. That was a form of brainwashing, man. So I'm dealing with things right now, PTSD and all of that, because of how we was taught to think, feel. Okay, so you remember when we went to Cuba, they taught us how to be. A lot of people say they taught us how to be. They taught us how to be a lie detector test. All of that, being able to go through battle and give you an order. If you don't obey that order, then what?
Get your ass whooped.
They ready to kill you if you didn't obey that. If you didn't obey a lawful order.
That's why.
At 18, 19 years old, you're still impressionable. At that age, you're still impressionable as a teenager at 18, 19 years old. So what they taught us was how to be a killer, how to survive. No emotions now. We was taught to cut eye. Remember that old saying? If you want to have a wife, we would have gave you one in boot camp. Remember that saying?
Yeah.
We had to be cold-blooded killers, man. They taught us how to be cold-blooded, bro. To this day, man, I don't have a whole lot of emotions to certain things because I was taught to suppress those feelings, man, to keep from getting killed. Because you can't be on a fire, you can't be in a battle emotionally attached to somebody who didn't got killed.
Sick call. Anytime you was a sick call when you had to go do the dental check. You were 0330 or 0331?
Yeah.
0351. Machine gunner. I shot the missile launcher. But infantry by itself, didn't go to no sick call. I know that's why my medical records struggle now. Yeah, I got 10% for my ears. But
all the other stuff that's messed up with you can't get that because it ain't been documented.
It ain't been documented.
It ain't been documented. That's what I'm saying. All that stuff we went through has never been documented, man.
You was a grunt. You ain't no going to no doctor. You suck it up.
And I've been sucking it up all my life.
Right.
As an adult man right now, I don't even have a regular doctor. I only go to the doctor when it's life-threatening. I was in Oklahoma back in 2013 with a goddamn kidney stone. Didn't even know what that was. Thought I was going to lose my life by being dumb. So I want to be the first man in history to die from something because I didn't want to go get checked out. I went to the doctor to get checked out for that thing. I was sleeping on my head trying to get some. I'm talking. I couldn't get no relief nowhere. Went to the doctor. They told me to go pee in a cup. What came out of that cup scared me half to death. My urine was maroon, like crimson red. I said, oh my God, what in the world is going on with me? They did the doggone check. Oh, you got kidney stones.
Spiky ball.
Yeah.
Was coming through that.
I'm like, man, I was in so much pain. And I'm like, what if I hadn't even went in and been seen? These ain't working?
I'm about to turn these off because they not reliable right now. And that one they keep shutting off. They put out 3 times. So I just want to let y'all know that.
Let me go ahead and answer this so I won't have to use the interruption. Hello. I'm live right now. You are on live right now inside the den. So you calling me, interrupting the show. Hey y'all, I'm answering the call so y'all can see, but this nigga just hung up on me. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, all right.
We giving you this just to show the history of what we, you know what I'm saying? We ain't just met at no Walmart or no basketball pickup football game.
Now we did, however, he just brought back a memory. Look, we were at this time, we would ride around with a football in the car, right?
Yeah.
And we always had a bag of changing clothes in the car. We would ride around and we would see people playing football, we would pull up on them and say, "Hey, y'all want a game?" I remember we stopped and saw these boys out here playing football, high school kids, right? Mm-hmm. Me and him come out there and say, "Y'all, hey, can we get next?" And we out there playing football with these guys, it's off the rip, just playing ball.
Yeah.
And I remember the last play of the game, I threw him a pass. He caught the ball and kept running all the way to the car. Remember that? He caught the ball and kept running all the way to the car. We had beat him by like 10 touchdowns, man.
Yeah.
I said, go deep.
We were still young.
We was 19 years old, man. We had just finished our high school career. So we were still like playing, we were still like football players. In our mind, we just in the Marine Corps.
It amazed the Navy, because, you know, we played the Navy or we played the, you know, Marine Corps. They was like, who are these guys that still got energy and skill like this? Man, we fresh out of high school.
Fresh! Fresh off of the high school, being able to be a high school, a big man on campus, man. And we would go around and we would play pickup games with people in the streets and stuff, man, and on various different fields and stuff.
Still in running back shape. Me, everybody always know me. I always been
Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody know Kobe. 40 points. 50 pounds. Let me tell you, Martin Gurley, he played D-line, running back, wide receiver.
Everything.
This man, look, let me just stop this. Remember when we met Charles Barkley, nigga? We met Charles Barkley at Paris Island.
Dude, I know y'all.
Dude, we met Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley came to him and said, "Man, you tall. You a big guy. Do you play basketball?"
Girl, you can't shoot no ball.
You can't shoot no hoop. He came to our chow hall. We was in Paris Island. Charles Barkley came to Paris Island, Weapons Battalion, came to our chow hall. We met Charles Barkley. This man is the same height as Charles Barkley, Sir Charles. And Charles Barkley challenged him to a game of basketball. Right there in our chow hall. I'm trying to tell you, man, look, this dude played ball in high school, man. Yeah. Played ball in high school, man.
We actually had a game that night against H&S. H&S, you know, they was driving Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith. What's that white guy name? Ernie. You know, the same people that's on TNT now. But addition with Shaq. You got Shaq, Ernie, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Ernie, yeah. Yeah, they did the halftime show on the parade deck in Paris Island. Yeah. They also went through the little climbing of the tower, shooting of the rifle.
So look, man, this is something new. I'm just going to ask y'all a question. I don't usually do this, but what do y'all think is like the most exciting moment that y'all have ever had being with
Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, my bad.
No, you good. The most exciting moment? What was yours, man?
Most exciting moment, like what was the moment that you realized, yes, I love you?
Well, I'm a crucible baby. I'm gonna tell you, it's most exciting, emotional was when they put that EGA. Oh, Eagle Globe at Anchor.
There we go.
When they put that EGA in
So tell them, break down the significance of the crucible and the ceremony.
Because you gotta think about it, bro. I ain't never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm gonna break it down for you. The crucible is the last event in boot camp.
Okay.
If you don't make the crucible, you don't graduate. It consists of what? 3 days of field training, no sleep deprivation.
Okay.
And then it ends with a
1.5 MRE.
Are you like
1.5 MRE.
We had $1.5 million. They're supposed to last us 5 days in the field. We took our MREs. We had the field strip of MREs.
It's like strip y'all of everything.
Everything, and this is like our last. This is our last event for boot camp.
Right.
When you pass this actual this task. So in the East Coast, y'all did Crucible. Different from the West Coast. I'm a Hollywood Marine. I went to West Coast. They call it Hollywood Marine because it's California.
Right.
So we had to do this Crucible, and then at the end of the Crucible, we had to do a 5-mile hike up a steep mountain.
Right.
The mountain was so steep you can lean forward and touch the ground when you walk up this mountain. But this is like nobody left behind. Somebody fall out, you're supposed to rally behind them and carry them up the freaking mountain because
one band, one sound.
The top of the mountain is where we do our ceremony to get our Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, which is the Marine Corps emblem for when you become a Marine. Like you start this process as a recruit, you end it as a Marine. Now the drill instructors, they switch. They're all blah, 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 blah the whole time, fussing, getting you all confused, hollering and screaming at you. After this event, they start calling you like first class.
Because it's all mental.
It's all mental. It's almost like in the part of the show when we turn Cubs into Lions.
Yeah. Right.
On top of that mountain, we called it the Crucible Mountain, is when you actually become a full-fledged Marine. So they can't call you recruit anymore. They can't. You have to respect you at the top of the mountain.
I'm gonna call you maggot right now, but
top of that mountain, you ain't no maggot no more. You a Marine. So in California, it's that hike up that mountain. Survive the Crucible. The Crucible is where you pair up in groups, and you have to solve problems, like how to get this tire on top of this pole, and you can't touch the ground. Limited resources to get this thing done. And as a group, you got to complete all these different, like 8 tasks or some tasks we got to do. We get done with all the tasks, then our final march. It's called the Marine March or whatever. It's our last march. We in formation. We got all our equipment with us. We got to hike up this mountain. At the top of the mountain, we all get in formation. And then the drill instructors from this whole quarter, from all the platoons, they come up and one by one, they stand in front of their recruits. And they give them a salute and they hand them that EGA. That's just their write-up pat. This is equivalent to a high school diploma.
So it's pretty much like.
You ever cried nothing?
It's like tough love. It's like, look.
This is where all your hard work has paid off. You finna get saluted as a Marine, and as we going up the mountain, right?
I have cried love, bro. Yeah.
We get to the top of the mountain. We get top.
You cried nothing?
You didn't have. You gave it all.
So you ain't got nothing left to.
You crying.
But
ain't nothing.
Can't nothing come out.
Can't nothing come out.
Because you done already gave it all.
You done already gave it all. And then that's time for them to give you something. They gave you that EGA.
So this is what happened with me. Crying is contagious. No. Hey, I'm recording. I'm live right now, ma'am. I'm live recording right now. Can I call you back? All right. This is all gonna be edited. So I go up to the top of the mountain. We all get up there. We circle around, and we all in formation. It's a mental thing, right? They're playing the song. I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died and gave their life for me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her till this day. And ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. They play it on a loop. Loop. They got speakers in the trees. They got speakers inside the trees, blasting this song on top of this mountain for everybody to come and get and pretty much graduate from.
All right, so check this, right? So let's let that same energy, right? Pull that back to like now.
It never leaves, man.
It never leaves, right? So it done already taught you, like at the end of the day, regardless of whatever the circumstance is, however hard it gets, you don't stop in the middle of the race.
No.
What Kobe Bryant tell him? He said right there, they said, what's wrong? You don't look happy. He said, what I got to be happy about? Well, y'all was won. Oh, okay, but y'all not finished. Y'all finished? No, you don't stop in the middle.
Man, let me tell you something.
I kind of understand it a little bit better now because I never really understood.
Let me tell you something.
The mind of that, but now I kind of see it.
I got a buddy that stay in Charlotte. He was in the Navy. And he always Marine Corps Department of Sir, stop it, please. But I let him have his.
Yeah.
Sir, you didn't go through what I went through. Okay, yeah, we the Department of Navy for one. First of all, we're supposed to be in the Department of the Army. But the Army had the Air Force. Navy was the one just sitting out lackadaisical and didn't know. So, hey, we're going to throw them in film. Who was president? I believe he made that decision. I want to say Andrew Jackson made that decision. I'm probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure somebody will probably correct or email LionsDen and let us know.
Back in 1775.
But it's we supposed to be in the department. They was gonna throw us with the Army, but they threw us with the Navy, and they didn't throw us with the Navy because the Navy. Don't get me wrong, I'm no better than no other branch. Respected in all. Cause guess what? The elite.
Cause I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Like, in-laws, Marines, and Army, Navy, right? But that Marines, bro, man, that right there just hold a different weight.
It holds a different weight because we went through the most strenuous boot camp. This is the reason why I joined.
Y'all first in line, right?
So no, this is the thing. In the Marine Corps, when you go to Marine Corps boot camp, you done. You ain't gotta go to no more boot camp. We can join any other branch of the service and don't go through no boot camp.
Y'all boot camp was so intense.
Any other branch had to go to our boot camp to become a Marine. But we had some guys that joined Marine Corps, went to Marine Corps boot camp, and they switched over. They keep their same rank, straight into it.
At that point, you done been
Marine Corps boot camp. They say the only thing is equivalent to Marine Corps boot camp is state trooper school. It's the only thing they compare it to Marine Corps boot camp because it's intense. So when we get top of this mountain, right, we get in line and everybody coming in line and getting an EJ. Everybody on my rope. They start down. I might have been like maybe halfway through my rope. The first person. The captain, the CEO, all the officials come and they all standing in line to present this Marine with an EJ and salute him and say, congratulations on becoming a Marine. This is what they saying. They got a script. Dude, when I tell you that it's when I learned that crying was contagious. First person on my row. We listen to everybody in front of us go through their spiel. Everybody crying.
They come to you individually.
Everybody crying.
Okay.
They come in my row. Everybody.
So they walk up to you.
They walk up in front of each individual person and say, "Congratulations, welcome to be a Marine," and then they give you the EJ.
So it ain't like high school.
No.
If they call your name, then you gotta walk up.
They coming to you.
They
coming down row and row, rank to rank.
That's how deep it is.
Rank to rank, line by line, person by person. On my row, I'm like, oh, I'm a soldier, nigga. I'm like, this is my rite of passage. I'm finna get this.
Yeah.
First person, start crying. Second person crying. Third person crying. I'm trying to hold together because I got my fist like this, like I will not cry. She did not drink the vodka because I drank the vodka.
You know how hard it is
to stop. So 2 people down. I'm like, here we go, here we go, here we go. My mouth started quivering. I'm like, what are you doing?
Come on now.
I started twitching.
Yeah.
Cause you think about the last 3 months.
The lump in your throat. You trying to
You think about the last 3 months of the hell you had to go through to get this doggone.
Just swallowed a whole bottle of damn peanut butter.
Come in front of me.
You know how hard it is to come in the ring.
Recruit Evans. You are now private Evans. Like when they give you the easy day, congratulations becoming a Marine. Dude, I had to fight back the tears. Now here's some things that I regret is what's wrong with embracing that moment? What's wrong with it? This is a part of a man as you become from a boy to a man, and you should be able to express your feelings openly because all your compadres are expressing their feelings. But the way I was programmed was, don't show no weakness, man. I grew up with my mom and dad in the home.
To this day, people ask me, why you don't smile on your face?
Wasn't taught that. So when I got there, I fought back every tear that was trying to come out to hold together so I can be a respectable Marine. And I wish I had took that little moment in time, man, and just broke down and just said, this is my accomplishment. I deserved it to share this. I mean, dude, mentally during swim qual, I thought I was gonna have to get recycled because I couldn't swim, man.
I got recycled.
I didn't get recycled.
I got recycled.
You need to put it down.
But look,
Hey, grab that shoe right there.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
Put it down. Grab it. Grab it.
Grab my shoe.
Yeah. Grab it. Put it down. You see what I'm saying? Mental. See how that fuck with your mental that quick?
Yeah, I'm like, huh? Right? But look, check this out, look, right?
That's how.
Hearing y'all talk, right? I think I kind of was telling you this. We had to talk like a few weeks ago. Being in the military, even though I ain't never been in the military, ain't too far. Like the lessons that you learn in the military, I learned in the street. Like, you know what I'm saying? That like, I gotta be tough all the time. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm recording right now. We live. I'm recording. Okay.
yeah, so, like I was saying, like, some of them, like, same lessons, like, you know, like, gotta stand tall, like, you go all the way to the top of the mountain. All the way. Like, there ain't no uphill battle. All the way. You don't stop, you don't break, you don't none of that. Get there, it's gonna be hard. But you're gonna get there and you're gonna do what you gotta do. I learned that growing up. Like, you ain't got no help, bro. And everybody who's really helping you, you think they hurt you, but they really helping you. Like the ones that's talking up to you. Oh, you ain't gonna do this, you can't do this more. They're talking trash and keep you going.
That was motivating.
It's motivation. Like, what? What you mean I can't? You said I can't jump? Alright, hold on right now. I'm gonna show you something. Oh, you said I can't make it to the top of the mountain? I got you. Watch this. So it's like that's that same energy that, like, I feel like that's the same energy that the military uses. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dangerous, man.
it's dangerous, and it is.
It is because when you try to
war mindset.
you try to transfer that into civilian where it doesn't match, bro. like I'm 0-3 right now in marriages because there are certain things that I was subjected to in the Marine Corps that programmed my mind to, I told you before, disconnect from people that are against the cause. So when in a relationship, when I get to a point where my woman, my spouse, you know, doesn't fully buy into what we do and what we're taught to do, we're taught to detach. Because if you going into they teach us, they train us for a battle. Train us a battle. I can't be on the front line on battle thinking about this girlfriend who keep texting me on my phone saying that she's not happy, blah, blah, blah. So guess what we do? Detach, bro.
Worst thing I believe, and I don't know if this was the question. You said the question you asked us. What was the moment that we like cherished? Yeah. I'ma flip it. The worst thing I got from the Marine Corps is that I can do anything I want to do, and that's dangerous because that's dangerous because you got that mindset. I'm willing to die for whatever I got to do. And that's how dangerous it is.
And folks ain't willing to die for what they believe in. If you a Marine, oh, you going all in.
I'm not scared of a man who got things to lose. Yeah, I'm not afraid. But the man that ain't got nothing to lose, that lost everything, oh my God. Back against the wall, his mind is programmed to just go off of.
And what's so crazy about it? We don't know we need help.
No, trust me, I need help. But I'm not gonna sit here as a Lion's Pride, 42 years old, and tell you that I'm perfect. Tell you that what I was taught was the right thing. Tell you that everybody else is wrong except for me. When you get to a point in your life where you say, you know what, I've been trained incorrectly. I need to re-hardwire my brain, my mind, because I'm 0-3 right now in marriage. Why? Because I don't want to conform to the things that other people need from me. And I say that because we was trained a certain way, this is my mentality, this is what I know, and I'm not deviating from that. And so all the people that we have hurt over the years, relationship, kids, it's because we've been hardwired to detach from anything that doesn't agree with what the cause.
Stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Yeah. I'm a lion and ain't nothing but anything. We on fire and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what Lions do.
Progression of the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming about the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly your match. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up?
Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Just tell me if it's real. Oh.